I managed attrition on a task force for a couple years. I had the luxury of going out to various sites across the entire company and sitting down with managers, HR, leadership groups, people who are doing the jobs, people who are managing the people that are doing the jobs, and the things that I continue to get feedback from is my manager doesn't care about me, my manager doesn't even know who I am, my manager's not working with me, my manager's not building a relationship. And then someone in one of the focus groups ended up coming out and saying, I got so mad at my manager because I called out well. So what do you mean by that? I said, listen, this new video game came out, and for 8 hours I sat there and played it. It was phenomenal, it was incredible, but I gave my manager a heads up that I wasn't going to be in. Sick days are a benefit of this company, so I took one. It hit me right then and there that you can't manage people or work with people with an umbrella. We've always known, we get it. You need to treat individuals as individuals. However, what you have to also layer in there are many other things. Diversity, inclusion, socioeconomics, race, gender, you name it, it is all part of the traits, beliefs, systems that we all sit in our heart and our heads that help make our decisions, help our interactions, help our relationships that are out there. And one of those factors are different generations. I will caution you as we go through all of this today that the individual is the utmost out of all of this. At the top of the pyramid, that nothing substitutes that relationship you've built with that individual. However, by understanding their differences, by understanding and respecting who they are as an individual, can also come at a deeper level if you understand what's going through their head because it's what they were brought up with. My kids don't know any different but an ATM or, well, they're not going to their own ATM, but they have their own little toy ATMs that they play with. I used to have to go to a bank. They didn't. They get a medal and a ribbon every time they show up for something. I didn't. It's going to change how you react when it comes to competition. It's going to change how you react when it comes to being a team player or an individual player. It's going to impact the reaction of you if you are leading people and those you are leading and how they receive it if you're just using a blanket way of management. But for the first time ever, we have 4 generations potentially sitting down next to each other, working, doing the same job. If you tap in to the generations that we have and tap into just the best of all of those generations, we're going to be better off as a company, and we're going to be better off as individuals. It's going to increase our satisfaction level. It's going to increase our success level. Most of today's conversation, after we understand all the generations, is a concentration on Gen Y. Why? Why will we concentrate on that generation? They're the up and coming.
We have the most of that population.
They're making up a bigger part of the population that's coming into new higher class. Our thick heads and the habits that we've built and the muscle memory that we have keep us steadfast in how we manage folks. And if we could just open up the door just a little bit today and understand what's going on in people's heads and what they were brought up with that built some of those things, will make us more flexible to be able to get the potential out of people. The current macroeconomics that we're in right now will tell you that the baby boomers are probably going to hang on a little bit longer than expected. But what you're also seeing right now is you are going to start to see retirements happen. You're going to start to see people, because of the economy, get a little bit more creative and start their own businesses that are out there. And you're going to find people going off and doing their own personal things. Baby boomers, as a generalization, has made some money enough to be able to do this a little bit sooner than I expect to retire. That leaves some openings that are out there. So for every 2 people that are leaving the company are being replaced typically by a Gen Y. So if you think about that, you're looking at your potential leadership pool. And you have a potential leadership pool out there right now that wants to leave the company or does not want to make this a career. As a Gen Y person, all I want to do is come into work every single day and be happy. Call it blind ambition. You give me a little bit of direction, I'm going to work harder than you can ever imagine. But until you get me to what that ambition is, I'm not going to be driven to get there. We have to tap into understanding what's going on in their head to be able to maximize the overall performance.